Head south, then turn left.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've come to suspect that the human mind, while a marvelous contraption, is about as reliable as a mule in a rainstorm. It's strong, it's stubborn, and it has an admirable gift for kicking you just when you think you've finally gained its cooperation. It fusses over things that haven't happened yet, rewrites the past with worse endings, and grows uneasy at the mere thought of peace and quiet. We have this brain to survive the wilderness, and here we are, using it to obsess over whether our email sounded too enthusiastic. If that isn't evolution gone astray, I don't know what it is. Now, throughout history, people have invented all sorts of remedies for the strains of civilized life. Some meditate, some pray, some paddle canoes, and some retreat into the woods and shout expletives at trees, who, incidentally, never shout back. But out of all these methods of human repair, there is one escape hatch that I find particularly admirable, and that's motorcycle riding. Motorcycle riding is the art of surrendering your worries by outrunning them, I guess. There's hardly anything in this world that will relieve your mind so quickly, cleanly, and thoroughly. The moment you climb aboard that machine and coax the engine awake, the mind suddenly finds its schedule cleared. All the worries that had RSVP'd for the day's festivities quietly excuse themselves. They simply can't keep up. And why? Because your motorcycle demands something rare from you: your full attention. You can't fret about life's petty annoyances while guiding yourself through the wind and the curve and motion. You can't rehearse next week's argument with your cousin while watching the pavement rise to meet you. You can't worry about whether the laundry's folded when the only thing between you and the nearest corner is a steady hand and a reasonable amount of courage. Now, some people insist on telling riders how dangerous motorcycles are. They say it with a tone of someone who believes caution should be the highest virtue, even above happiness. And yes, a motorcycle does carry risk, but so does crossing the street. Growing older has its risks, though no one ever warns you about them with the same sense of urgency. The truth is, life itself is not safe, and that's precisely what makes it worth showing up for. Besides, the danger of a motorcycle is honest. It tells you right away: pay attention or else. Modern life, on the other hand, whispers sweetly: relax, until your anxieties grow large enough to devour you whole. Given the choice, I'd prefer the danger that frees me to the safety that suffocates me. There is a moment, you'll know it if you ride, when the engine settles into its thrum and the wind takes its rightful place in your ears and the world becomes wide again. The mind stops being a frantic secretary trying to file every problem alphabetically. It becomes something quieter, something clearer. You feel the stress fall away, not because you fought it, but because you finally stopped holding on to it. The road stretches out like an old friend, waving you forward, saying, "Come on." let the rest wait a while. What a relief that is, to let the rest wait. Let the deadlines wait. Let other people's expectations wait. To let the noise and the nonsense of the manufactured urgency of modern life wait. And in that waiting, your spirit catches up with your body, taps you on the shoulder and says, I've been trying to find you. I didn't recognize you under all those worries. There's something else the motorcycle teaches, something the polite would rarely admit. We are not built to be tense all the time. We are not made to live in a pressure cooker of constant news, constant judgment, constant productivity. But we are made for movement, the wind, risk, and feeling the world unfiltered. The motorcycle doesn't offer you therapy. It offers you something better. A break from the need for therapy. For the stretch of that ride, you don't have to solve your problems. You don't have to be clever or brave or impressive. You don't have to pretend you're holding it all together. You just have to ride. And when you return dustier, calmer, a little more sunburned, problems will still be waiting for you. But you'll find you meet them with a different posture, a looser grip, a clearer head, a touch of humor about the absurdity of it all. Because you've remembered something essential. That freedom isn't found in the grand events of life, but in the small moments where the world finally lets go of you, and you mercifully let go of the world. A motorcycle ride may only last an hour or two, but the freedom gives you lasts longer. Sometimes just long enough for another weary day. So hey, thanks for riding. Hope to see you on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe.